We're in the building. DJ Gambini, the Renaissance Man, and this is Sports Talk 101, presented to you by Country Vision Studios. We off in the building today, and we done made it to week 15 of the NFL. It look like we're gonna actually make it through this season. It really looks like it. But first, before we start talking about the NFL, I'd like to talk a little high school football. I'd like to say congratulations to my alma mater, the Burke County Bears, for making it all the way to the state playoffs. I mean, state championship. I'm sorry, they've been past the playoffs. They are in the championship game. They're gonna be playing the 17th for another state title. They've won one before. This is their third overall trip to the state championship since the high school began. But the question that was on my mind about that all week was, okay, our rival is Thompson. Thompson is Burke County rival. And currently, the head coach for Thompson is one of the Burke County all-time greats. His name is Michael Youngblood. Well, Coach Youngblood. I guess that's what they call him now. And I think it was a kind of difficult season. And I was wondering, was he cheering for Burke County or is he against Burke County? But quite naturally, I'm sure he with Burke County. Because during the season, he lost a heartbreaker in the regular season. Then you turn around and lose a heartbreaker in the playoffs to your alma mater. You know what I'm saying? So how would you be feeling about that if you head coaching another team? I don't know. But like I said, knowing him, he probably cheering Burke County on. And this will be the first time that they will be in a state championship without him as a player or a coach. So good luck, Bears. I hope y'all bring it home. I might even try to make the parade if we can get that state title. All right, we're gonna move to the NFL. Last week, it was so. I think I was one game over 500 at 7-6. Man, that's bad business. But we got a couple games to play with. Our overall record 139-66. Not bad, but it could be better. I mean, it was a lot of upsets, crazy games. You expect people to win, they not pulling it out. But anyway, we're not gonna worry about last week. Let's move forward to this week. Okay, our first game on our list is a divisional game, the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is an iffy game. I said a couple weeks ago that the Rams are finally getting healthy, and they starting to show it. They look pretty good on offense, better than they was at the beginning of the season. San Francisco, they still hobbled by injuries. They have a lot of people that's being questionable heading into the game. Christian McCaffrey, I think he going to be out. They all the way down to their third string running back. But I'm going to pick San Francisco because it's this time now that people are in the playoff hunt. And like I say, I hate saying this because of what Kyle Shanahan did in Atlanta. I don't know if it was the aggressive play calling or losing the playbook, but whatever he did in Atlanta, I hate cheering for him, but I think the San Francisco 49ers going to pull it out. Next up, Dallas at Carolina. I'm going to pick Carolina. We got a couple games that we can play with because I probably can get all the games wrong the rest of the season and end up over 50%. But I'm going to pick Carolina to win because they're a scrappy team. They almost pulled it out this weekend against Philadelphia, but they lost. But like I said, I'm going to roll with Carolina this week. Kansas City at Cleveland. I got to go with Kansas City. Let me tell you, like I said, I can't trust Jameis. Period. Never again. You throw an interception at the end of the game that cost me my fantasy. You cost me my fantasy, bro. I could have went in as the number one seed, but no. You got to throw a pick six at the end of a game. I will never trust you again at starting quarterback, buddy. Kansas City. All right. Miami at Houston. Now, Miami shocked me last week. I kind of picked them to lose. I thought the Jets was going to do better. Devontae Adams finally showed up, had over 100 yards and a touchdown, and looked pretty good, but it still ain't enough. The Jets might be just cursed. I don't know. They can't win no games, man. And they be having them. They be right there. And it's not like Aaron Rodgers having a horrible season. It's not an MVP season like, what we used to. But we also got to take into mind that this man about 40 years old. And trust me, I know when you get close to 40 or over 40. But I'm gonna take Houston at home. because let's just go on and be straight up. Houston is the better team. All right. Cincinnati at Tennessee. I'm gonna take Cincinnati because it looked like they finally done got the rolling. Even though Dallas played them pretty close now, it ain't like they blew Dallas out. They played them kind of close last week, but I'm still gonna roll with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. Like I said, right now that's got to be one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver quarterback combinations in the NFL. Next up, Washington at New Orleans. All right, this you won't believe it, but this one here kind of tricky. We like to sit up here and think by their record that New Orleans is a bunch of bums, and I would love to think that by the fact that they are our division rivals. I'm talking about the Falcons. They are our division rivals, but I don't think they really a bum team like that. Washington, I mean, they got this rookie quarterback that's amazing. He looked good in my mind. He the top runner for rookie of the year right now. He looked like he could win rookie of the year. So I I'm gonna think New Orleans gonna pull this out at home. Let's roll with the Saints. All right, next up, New York at Jacksonville. Last week, Jacksonville kind of shocked me because they put in the backup quarterback, and they was playing the Titans, but the Titans basically had their normal lineup in there, and I thought that was enough to beat them. But they was able to grit out a win. It was a very low scoring game. New York, like I said, they definitely can't be trusted. Daniel Jones, he out. Maybe he gonna be like Saquon Barkley and leave them and be the front runner for the MVP of the season. But I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. They at home. They starting quarterback should probably gonna be out the rest of the season. And Matt Jones was a starter last year, I think, or either the year before last. One of the two. But he has starting experience, so he should be good enough to beat the Giants. Next up, Baltimore. Hold on, I done made a mistake, guys. Hold on. I got Baltimore at New York, and I don't know how Baltimore ain't playing New York. We just talked about New York. I double wrote something. Yeah, okay. It's the Jets. The Jets playing Jacksonville. I gotta change that pick. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I was just talking about how they can't pull out a win, but they should be able to beat Jacksonville. Cause I was just saying about how they lost last week against Miami and couldn't pull it out. But I'm gonna change that pick, and we're gonna go with the Jets. We're gonna take the Jets on that one. And I mean, yeah, they should be able to win that one. So that means Baltimore is facing the New York Giants. Gotta be. Let me double check because I can't keep messing up like that. Let me see. What we got? Yeah. Okay. Now we on track. But everything I said about New York still applies. Baltimore all the way. Which I think they need to right the ship because they a Super Bowl contender, but it's like some weeks they taking weeks off and their defense ain't all that. Lamar Jackson can't do it all by himself. All right, game of the week right here: Pitt versus Philly. I don't know. Philly been on a tear since we beat them early in the season. I think they're on like a 9 game winning streak. Pittsburgh look like a whole different team since Russell Wilson took over, and that's a shame how Denver kicked that man out. And I want to offer my apologies because I thought he was washed up at the beginning of the season. I was one of them people that was hollering put Justin Fields in there, but I also said that Mike Tomlin know what he doing. You don't go through the NFL your whole career without having a losing season if you're not a damn good coach and you know talent. So Russ still can cook. He like Chef Boyardee in the oven right now, but do he have enough to go on the road and beat Philly? Things that make you go, I'm gonna do it for my nephew. He a Pittsburgh fan. Pitt on the road. They gonna snap Philly win streak. Pitt gonna snap Philly win streak. Next up, Indianapolis at Denver. Denver got a strong defense, and it's kind of damn crazy because fantasy playoffs done started. I made the playoffs. I was the number 2 seed. But my starting running back is playing for Indianapolis, and I got Denver defense. So I'm gonna be kind of cheering for both of them. That's kind of crazy, ain't it? I need to put one of them on the bench, but I think if Indianapolis can get a solid game, they can pull this out. They can pull this out. Indy on the road. Indy on the road. This shaping up probably to be the worst week I done had. In all due respect, I mean, in retrospect, I only got 1 week where I was under 500 so far. This shaping up to be one. I don't really even know what I got going on, but we're gonna roll with it. Another tough game. Buffalo at Detroit. Buffalo, I don't know what happened last week. I think they just fell behind too many points. Yeah, that's what happened. They fell behind early and they couldn't regroup. They couldn't regroup. They fell behind early. Detroit, I ain't never seen a team so gritty. They just a gritty and grimy team. Not saying that they play dirty or nothing, but like their coach said, they probably would bite your ankles if they had to. So I'm gonna go with, is Buffalo gonna lose 2 in a row? Is Josh Allen gonna? Nah, I don't think Josh Allen gonna lose 2 in a row. Let's go with Buffalo. I almost got that upset right last week too, cause Green Bay had a chance to win, but Dan Gamble, aka Dan Campbell, he went for it on 4th down and he got it. He got it. In today's NFL, there's no such thing. The punter gonna be kind of irrelevant. If it ain't 4th and 10, they not gonna be punting the ball after a while at the pace they're going, because they go for it so much on 4th down these days. All right, Tampa Bay at LA Chargers. I think Tampa Bay gonna lose. Tampa Bay gonna lose. I'm gonna take the Chargers at home due to the fact that I need them to win to put us back. Well, I need them to win and us. I need the Chargers to win and us to win to put us back on top of the division. We back in that second place. Kirk Cousins playing like trash, but we're gonna get to that when we get to the Atlanta game. Next up, New England at Arizona. I'm gonna take Arizona, even though now Arizona let me down last week. I thought they had Seattle number. I thought they really had Seattle number and was gonna pull it out, but Geno is really playing lights out. If Saquon Barkley wasn't playing at the level he would, I mean, you might could put Geno in the quarterback MVP race, man. Maybe. I know everybody's saying Lamar Jackson is 10 times better, Josh Allen is 10 times better, but at last check, Geno was the league leader in passing yards. Last check. I mean, that's probably done changed, but last check. Green Bay at Seattle. And I was just talking about Geno. But I believe Green Bay got enough to go in there and get that win, though. Because like I said, they was an inch short from pulling out an upset against the Detroit Lions last week. And I couldn't wait, man. It was like I was just going to get on the podcast and just marvel in the fact that I done picked another upset, because I told you Buffalo was going to beat Kansas City. That was going to be their first loss of the season. And lo and behold, they lost. All right, here go the game. Atlanta versus Las Vegas. Now, we already know I'm biased toward Atlanta. At least I'm honest about it. At least I told y'all that this at the beginning of this season. Atlanta, it's not time to pull the ripcord on Kirk Cousins, because you really can't. You got too much money tied up in it. And Michael Penix shouldn't have the weight of this playoff battle, be thrown in the fire like that, because we are in a playoff battle. We still got a chance, and like I said, we could have been way ahead if we could have pulled out 1 or 2 games here or there. But we do look like trash right now. I got a hot trash can of trash, summertime trash at the back of a restaurant. We stinking up the field, bro. And it's not just Kirk Cousins, man. It's the defense too. We gave up 41 points, man. That ain't Kirk Cousins' fault. But you also got Kyle Pitts, one of the highest drafted tight ends ever, ain't doing nothing. And then, Bijan Robinson, he doing so-so, because I think he could be better. I just think the scheme that we running ain't working. And we might need to look at the GM, man. We might need to look at GM because I don't think it was too many other teams in the NFL going to offer Kirk Cousins that much money. I mean, why you couldn't just give up the third round pick, bring in Justin Fields? You still can draft Michael Penix. Then you can look and see what Justin Fields doing. He on a rookie scale quarterback. I mean, you got the 5th year option and all that coming up. You'd have had some decisions to make at the end of this season, but you still would have been right where you at now, and you probably would have saved $100 million. But what do I know? I ain't the GM, but I'm gonna take Atlanta and cross my fingers because the Raiders have been playing everybody close this year. It's not like nobody's been beating them down like they. And really, there ain't no teams getting beat down like that. Even Carolina be in a lot of games. You know what I mean? All right. The last game on our list, Chicago at Minnesota. I'm just going to take Minnesota because they at home. Because believe it or not, Chicago not a bad team. They got a rookie quarterback that was #1 overall in the draft. You would expect him to be better than Jaden Daniels over there in Washington, but that ain't the case. Cause I think Jaden Daniels should get Rookie of the Year for far as I see. And my MVP so far this season is Saquon Barkley. I mean, this guy's amazing, man. As far as like a running back, did you see the other week when he did the little spin and then hopped over somebody backwards and all that right now? No knock on Derrick Henry, but that's gonna be good for the running backs because they need to be paid. It's a shame how they got cut out of money because they just feel like running backs are so interchangeable when they really not. You got a bunch of, like I say, special ball carriers in the NFL. Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, John Robinson. You got a bunch of good running backs that make their team go. And if you got a good running game, you can have a good passing game because that make the defense have to what they call load the box. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, load the box. Yeah. But anyway, we done made it to the end of the show again. Like I said, we're going to make it to week 17, and hopefully we can get all the way through the playoffs. Hopefully we can get all the way through the playoffs, and I can complete this season. I know I took a bye week Thanksgiving, but come on, give me a break. Usually I damn disappear for like months. Y'all know how I do it. I call Sean Starr. He don't want to do nothing. I'm out of here. And shouts out to his son. He from around here in Sardis. He a freshman, and I think they told me he's starting for Burke County. Excellent job, Sean. His name's Sean too. William Jordan. Everybody, because I mean these children now have these awesome parents, these sports kid parents. They great, man. They great, and they support their kids, and their kids are doing fine. But it's time for us to get ready to get out of here. Y'all know how we end the show. Peace and prosperity.